Hi, my name is Sarita from the Garbarini group, and I just wanted to encourage you to take some time out today on this Tuesday to just picture yourself in someplace nice. I don't know if that place is near home, I don't know if it's far away, but let's take a trip on Tuesday. I'm thinking about Ireland because we're getting so close to St. Patrick's Day, right? And why Tuesdays? Because, you know, they used to say Tuesdays were the best day to book a flight. So we're going to settle back, and on Tuesdays, we're going to talk about good places to take trips or tips for trips. And that's just what I have for you today. Money tips for new travelers. Almost no trip comes without some type of money bump or glitch, but we do have some tips for you today to keep you from making some of those big mistakes when you're thinking about travel. So the first tip, and these are going to be 7 tips, and I might just do a bonus one at the end. The first one really is to bring cash money. You got to bring that cash money with you on your trip. You might need to book give a tip to a baggage or luggage handler, wait staff, housekeeping staff, really anyone that gives you good customer service, right? You want to be a good steward and, appreciate those who are doing good service for you when you are, even when you're just relaxing, So those are very important to have cash money with you for those types of situations. And also, in an emergency, I was on a trip in Puerto Rico and power was out, and I had only plastic with me at the time and had to go to a nearby location that did have power, thankfully, to get some cash so I could purchase something that I wanted to. And so had I, had some cash on me, I could have avoided that extra leg of the trip just to secure the cash. So, first one, cash money. The next thing is you really want to notify your banks, the big banks, the banks and credit unions and things that you're dealing with on a daily basis, just to kind of let them know you're going out of town, see if they have any protocols or tips or even maybe some services or products that you might want to purchase to help you with your trip. So notifying big banks is just because oftentimes when you take maybe a debit card or things like that out of the country or sometimes even out of the state or territory, you have to get that notification and say, yeah, this is me, I'm making this purchase and things like that. Sometimes that's not a big deal, but if you're having connection issues or when we talk about the next tip, if you don't have that cell phone plan to support you being out, abroad, you might not be able to respond to those notifications. So take that time, make sure that you notify your bank, see if there's anything that they have that can support you on your trip. Try to avoid taking any credit cards with you that have foreign transaction fees and things like that, because that'll lead up to saving some big money if you do that. Also, some of us have different travel cards and airline cards, and those might be the type of card you would want to use on certain trips, depending on your mode of transportation or restaurants you're going to be visiting and things like that. So let the banks know, and as I alluded to, you're also going to want to let your cell phone company know, right? You're going to be, you could potentially be out of the country. You might want to get an international plan on your phone or something similar, so that you can make phone calls. You always have to account for emergencies, right? So if you don't do those things, then you have to call out, or maybe even accidentally someone uploads a bunch of pictures to Facebook from your camera roll and you've got this big bill, and you can avoid that by just letting your mobile company know, see what's available to you based on where you're going to be, or if there's anything even needed, because sometimes it's not needed. Sometimes we have the best of the best plans. So that's number 3. We're going to want to notify our mobile cell phone company. Number 4 is travel insurance, and I know we don't like insurance. Is like a dirty word, right? But really, it is a protection, right? In an accident, on these unforeseen circumstances, you want to have some type of protection for yourself, and this can be big. So not even trip insurance, but making sure you have adequate health insurance, or that your trip insurance comes with health insurance that works where you're going to be, and things like that can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. So I'm not going to get on a high horse about trip insurance. I've used trip insurance in the past, so I just encourage anyone who speaks to me as a travel advisor, get the trip insurance for the peace of mind. If you're going to be traveling abroad, you just want to be mindful of exchange rates. This is going to save you money as well. You want to know what the local currency to your currency is going to translate, so that you can avoid any unknown money issues on your trip. Also, when you're abroad, you might want to visit ATMs that are big banks, or banks of the territory or locality that you're in, opposed to maybe something that you might find in a cafe or something like that, because some of those ATMs have, and you see that everywhere, right? Some ATMs just have really high fees associated with them, and lots of times those particular ATMs are privately owned. So you want to try to avoid that if at all possible. But if we went back to number 1, we already got cash money with us, right? So, but this is, you ran out, or emergencies happen. Tip number 6 is really money saving, but really is kind of like just so much more than that, and that is to walk or bus it or mass transportation it. You want to enjoy the mode of transportation of what the usual resident or citizen of the locality does, right? That's the best way to learn about the place. That's the way to enjoy, to see the culture, see how people move about, in their everyday life. Because a lot of times we're on holiday and there's other people working. If you're not in a very touristy area, you could see people just going about their daily lives, right? And how exciting is that? But the best opportunities for doing that is to, when you're moving about from different spots to different spots, is to use the buses and things like that. They're usually more affordable, opposed to like a ride share or cab situation. So it's an opportunity to save some money. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this all the time. Maybe where you're going is, designed for you to use a certain type of transportation system. That's fine. But this is just a tip. If you can, and you're looking to, spend some money in this area or save some money in this area, transportation might be one of those areas you can consider. This next one, and I don't know how I was not even thinking about this one at first. My husband brought to my attention. He's like, girl, tell them they have to get their snacks ahead of time. Get your snacks ahead of time, or maybe not even ahead of time. Just locally, right? You want a small business locally, in the area, especially before you get to any touristy areas, or on your destinations, properties and things like that, where you might have a prettier penny for, a bag of popcorn. So, get your snacks, get your M&Ms and your popcorn, and we got the Smuckers. What do you call those things? Like Uncrustables. Oh, love those things. We got some of those on a trip that we took a while ago. Just have something that. And they're so good if they're frozen, right? They're so delicious, right? So snack attack, save some money, bring your snacks ahead of time, your lunches. So, some of these rooms, they have for refrigerators and microwaves and things like that you can utilize to make even some meals. So not even snacks, some legit meals. So consider that. And let's see, I think I do have a bonus tip, and I think my bonus tip is for you to just really enjoy travel. How you relax and get in a mindset and think about travel on Tuesday. And you don't necessarily have to go to some of these places that we think are what? Facebook, Instagram, Grammable. I mean, some of my best vacations have been staycations where I'm 45 minutes to an hour away. You know, so from my home, or right even 5 minutes from my home. I just love traveling, and you can find gems right in your own backyard. So go ahead. I want you guys to just dream on, travelers. Enjoy that trip, and I'll talk to you next Tuesday.